Hi everyone, it's Tish with Soulspirational Wellness. Welcome back. Thanks for being here, and I hope you're doing well. I have been wanting to share what I call soul session notes from an experience that I had months ago. And it was just this beautiful experience. And with permission of my friend, I'm sharing it with you. So I connected with my friend's husband's soul. So let me pause for a moment. For me, a soul session is when I am meeting with somebody else on a soul level. That person, may very well be alive. It may be one of my clients where I'm just meeting their soul for whatever insight, guidance, whatever it may be for the particular person. And sometimes near the end of life as well. And that was this particular circumstance. So a dear friend, her husband was at the end of life, and she asked if I could connect with his soul. And I want to share it with you. So when I first connected with this person's soul, at first I thought maybe he was wandering. And so, I just kind of observed for a few moments to get a feel for the energy. But then it dawned on me that he wasn't wandering, he was busy. And in fact, he appeared to be so busy that I almost didn't ask if I could take time with him because I didn't want to interrupt whatever it was that he was doing. So what I came to understand is that what he was doing was reviewing his lifetime. So again, in the physical world, he is at the end of life, not knowing, the family not knowing where he was in the process, I'll say. So, and I want to be careful. I don't want to say, there's some things I want to purposely leave out just for confidence reasons, or confidentiality reasons. So as he is reviewing his life, he was sharing with me how he was getting glimpses or flickers of the physical world, but that at this particular stage, he was seeing more on the spiritual side of things. So he was still of this earth, but he was already life reviewing and seeing more in that realm than in this one. And I had asked him if his family was there with him while he was going through the review. And his explanation to me was that he has been seeing people, so his family at the times of his life in which they were there, but when he got to those points of the life review where they weren't there, then he wasn't seeing them. But he assured me that when he was done with a life review, that his family would be right there with him, that this was very much a very personal journey for him, one that he was to take alone. But he also had this this appreciation and this gratitude that he has the opportunity to spiritually do a life review prior to passing, and instead of something that may be abrupt, that the life review may be on the other side. So as he was straddling two worlds, so to speak, he had the time, the opportunity to be able to do that while he was still here. So, all right, so I just won't want to say anything that's too much of confidence. I was asking him about the separation of the soul from the body. And he said, yes, but each case is different. Some jolt from their body, but I am releasing. He said, I don't feel the pain in my mind as you think. My physical body may experience the physical pain, but I am not there much. I am here. Meaning he's more on the spirit aspect of things as opposed to the physical world. And it was this understanding that though his physical body was going through whatever pain of the process that it was going through, and understanding that family members, those that are still living, are watching and seeing his pain. But he wanted them to know that even though the physical body was at pain, that he wasn't consciously feeling it because his consciousness was processing his life review. So he was slipping more into the spirit world as opposed to the physical world. I hope that makes sense. At the time, sometimes we're concerned that we are going to maybe not get to the loved one in time at the end of life. And that does sometimes happen. But he was sharing with me that when the time comes, that it's like this energy signal that is sent out to loved ones, and even to if somebody is in, we'll say nursing home or a hospital setting, like a care facility, that those that are caring for them, the signal goes out. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to receive that signal at the same time, or that they're going to respond to the signal at the same time, or that even some loved ones aren't even picking up on the signal, because everybody's energy is different. What they're open to is a little different. But I'm sure we've all, or most of us, have heard the stories where, a family member or a dear friend could be in a different state. Maybe we haven't seen them in years, but we knew instinctively that something was wrong with that person. So, he's sharing with me that there's this energy signature that goes out to start bringing awareness to. All right. And again, I just want to be careful about the more personal stuff. This is personal, but I think it's still a beautiful message for all of us. When he was asking to remember the good times, the laughter will keep you strong. So for the living, to remember the good times, that is part of the strength and part of the process. And a reminder that though he was on the cusp of leaving the physical world, that those who are still living, that they had more life to live. This energy of he didn't want to block or hinder anybody from living their lives, from loving and living and laughing, that he wants them to continue to live. He's going to watch over them. So he wants them to be at peace and love. So, all right. And that it's amazing how when we are in that situation, one just knows what to do. And to trust yourself. So if you're with somebody at the end of life, and these are things that I wish I was more consciously aware of. When my dad passed over 30 years ago, my mom more than 20. And so I wish I would have known that then. But just being with his soul, and it brought so much, it brought peace to me selfishly as I'm, communicating with his soul. And from my understanding, it brought peace to the family, knowing that, this isn't going to be an extended period of time. I'm just taking the time that I need to, and because I'm fortunate enough to have it, to do a life review. to go through everything, and I'm not in the pain that consciously that I'm perceived to be. I really am more over here. Now, there are different stages along the way, and this happens to be the stage in which I communicated with him. But anyway, I wanted to share it because I thought it may bring some solace to others. And again, my dear friend, you know, she gave me permission to be able to share this with you all. Um, just another beautiful, beautiful soul. All right. Well, if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thanks for listening. Thanks for your time today. Be well. Namaste.